Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's relationship has taken the world by storm. From American football to even politics, there's no shortage of opinions about this couple. But the greatest question that a lot of people are asking is their relationship real or is it just a PR stunt? Among the reasons that have sparked these doubts are marketing for the National Football League in the United States, or that Swift is part of a calculated effort by Democrats to pull one-fifth of electors to vote for Joe Biden. But regardless of what is your stance in this dilemma, we are going to take a look at the body language and behavior signals that can help us reach a conclusion to the question: is Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's relationship real or fake? This video is going to be divided into three parts. In the first one, we're going to review the signs that confirm that their relationship could be real, that they are a real deal couple. In the second part, we are going to review the signals that tell otherwise, that this is just a PR stunt for money or maybe some darker intentions, one can never know. And in the third part, I'm going to review that scorecard and reach the final conclusion as to what is the real story between Swift and Kelce. Hello and welcome back, my body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy, and make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss any of my body language analysis and tips. Let's get down to it. Now, first, a blazing fast background of their relationship timeline. In July 8 of 2023, Kelce attended Swift's Eras Tour show in Kansas City. He was seen interacting with other fans and exchanging friendship bracelets. A week later, during his podcast, Kelce expressed regret about not being able to give Swift his number at the show. Then, following a Kansas City Chiefs victory, Swift joined Kelce at a celebration at a Kansas City restaurant. They displayed affection and were joined by Kelce's family and teammates. On October 1st, Swift attended a Chiefs game at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey with friends. Kelce was rumored to have spent time with Swift before the game. Then, on October 16, Swift and Kelce were seen at the Waverly Inn at New York City, further confirming their relationship. This is one of the most relevant interactions that we will be analyzing today. And on November, Kelce joined Swift in Argentina for her Eras Tour. Swift changed the lyrics of her song Karma in a playful nod to Kelce. But perhaps the event that has sparked the most rumors has been the game that confirmed the Kansas City Chiefs' path to the Super Bowl, when the conspiracies of their relationship being just a massive PR stunt grew to new heights, with also claims that the entire NFL is rigged. But, well, let's talk about body language. When we talk about signs that a relationship is real, we mean the signals such as touch, smiles, and how in sync they are with each other. Perhaps one of the best examples that we can get is that date at the Waverly Inn. Usually video is better to analyze body language, but this photo has a lot to unpack before we see any clips. When looking at a couple, the first thing is to spot if they are relaxed with each other. And to tell if someone feels relaxed, the first stop are neck and shoulders. This is something extremely hard to fake, and in this case, both Swift and Kelce have relaxed neck and relaxed shoulders. A very easy test is to try to mimic their posture. How would you feel standing or walking the way they do, and check the feeling you get? Faces are always something that we pay a lot of attention to. And in this case, they also reveal that they are relaxed, and in the case of Kelce, he's showing a genuine smile. He's genuinely delighted about the moment. Maybe Swift was not smiling fully, but we are about to check other pictures to confirm that. Another tip is the way they hold hands, by interlocking fingers, which is a closeness gesture that we don't see all the time with Swift. Also, this gesture of changing hands, or what Kelce was doing at this moment, is a protective gesture. It's not the only time he does it, by the way, which is going to be important later on. But in fact, the more pictures you see of them together, the more you notice that Kelce's gestures are not only protective, but there is a lot of physical contact. And Swift looks comfortable with that. Not to say that a couple must show these displays of affection to be real, because some real couples just don't act like this in public, but in their case, it's a signal that they feel good with that close proximity. It's like that hug at the end of Swift's concert in Argentina. It's not hard to see that there is full body contact here, especially how they both wrap their arms around each other for several seconds before going backstage. Now, there's one thing here that tells me this is, well, not that genuine, but before I mention it, We need to go back to Swift's face during those dates. And this is perhaps one of the strongest arguments from the people who deny the authenticity of their relationship. Oh, she doesn't look happy. She's not smiling broadly. She doesn't show genuine smiles. And well, they would be right to some extent. But just a quick search on Google Images and you can confirm for yourself that it is really hard to find a photo of Taylor Swift actually smiling on a date night. I guess that being a mega celebrity comes from not having any privacy whatsoever, and she doesn't like the stalking photographers everywhere. Because most celebrities, except for a few very specific ones, don't like to be papped. But no, seriously, I think that when we go back to her face on her dates with Kelce, it's true that she's not smiling broadly, but she's got her face way more relaxed than other times. And we could say that for her body language baseline, in similar circumstances, she looks delighted. And also looks delighted when glancing at Kelce, like in this very rare picture. Another argument against the authenticity of this relationship is the lack of these gestures from Swift. Again, I think it's part of her body language baseline since I see a similar behavior on past relationships. Perhaps she doesn't like to be photographed like this, and as you can see, one of these pictures, the one of the left, looks like it was taken without her noticing. Anyway, in the same New Year's Eve party where the left picture happened, we also see some full body contact between them. It also looks like they were not aware they were being photographed. So there's that. I have the idea that this is why these pictures in the field at the end of the game look so out of place and can look totally different from what we have seen from her. It doesn't have to do with the hugging itself because, again, just a quick search on Google and you can see that there are lots of examples of her hugging, but not so common to see pictures of her hugging her boyfriends in public. So again, this is the first problem that people have with these pictures. And the reason why is this Swift-Kelce fake relationship rumors have increased exponentially. As in any body language and behavior analysis, you have to ask the question, has anything changed? And in this case, yes. We are not used to such intense displays of affection. And at the same time, a photographer in the vicinity with the highest quality camera possible to capture this almost in 4K 360 video. That's one of the reasons people find this suspicious. Now, remember that I mentioned that there was one thing here that just didn't ring true to me? It was the fact that Kelce was right next to the entrance to the backstage on the outside. I mean, it's like they wanted everyone to see their hug and kiss. You can even see a big black curtain right behind them. If Kelce had been just 3 steps back inside the curtain, then nobody would have seen this. So it looks like he was there out of the open, right outside the backstage on purpose. Like someone told him, make sure to stand on this big X so everyone can see Taylor and you when she comes. That is why so many people say how convenient that not only the Kansas City Chiefs won and are headed to the Super Bowl, but that Swift went to the field and we got ultra super high resolution photos of their kiss. I know, of course, they could actually be in love, but you tell me if this was not the best opportunity for a PR stunt. Some have claimed that their kiss is not that authentic, that they are kissing with tight lips. Well, there's no way to tell that from this angle because Swift's hand is on the way. I would say at first sight that they look a bit uncomfortable, that there's some tension in them, but at the same time, one cannot deny context. The game was just finished. There was a ton of people around them. I guess that her security detail warned her that it was going to be a bit of a risk. So this time, and for this angle, I could give them a pass. I think the biggest problem here is the circumstances. It's something normal, commonplace in any entertainment industry to just craft a narrative with a relationship for pure and simple public relations. But usually this is managed in a way so it looks at least a bit organic and genuine, like distant paparazzi pictures or candid videos taken without people noticing. This looks like too perfect. Well, don't get me wrong, they really look like a cute couple, but this cannot possibly be organic. If you have been paying attention to how both Hollywood and the music industry work, and if you believe just half of what is out there, Well, it is undeniable that Taylor Swift has an audience of hundreds of millions, and I'm sure she has worked her arse off to get there. But it's precisely for those hundreds of millions of fans around the world, and more specifically, the 1/5 of voters in the United States, that, how to say this, people in the upper echelons of power must find her influence something worth weaponizing. So we are ready for the verdict, but it's important to understand the context of the question. Is this relationship real or fake? What do people really mean about our relationship being real or fake? And to answer this question, we could mention when, for example, our relationship is superficial. When two people are together but they are not really in love. But then we get into a rather subjective topic, which is being in love, something that's sometimes it's hard to define if you are feeling it. But regardless of that, we cannot deny an objective reality. That Kelce is a handsome man, he's got a great smile, by the way, and Swift is a beautiful woman with a lot of charm and a wonderful smile as well. So it's no wonder that, just from looks, it's not hard to imagine that it will be easy to fancy each other. Even if Mark Anthony proves that you don't have to be handsome to be attractive, but that's a topic for another video. Also, considering that right now they are not even 6 months into what we could call a relationship, and you could say that this is plenty of time, but I don't think their schedules allow for as many time together as regular human beings. All these factors affect perception in terms of how do we see their relationship, because as time goes by, a couple will look more and more in sync, closer together. But let's say that they have had time to define one of two possible outcomes. In 6 months, they are closer than ever and their love bond is growing stronger, or they decided that they are not really a good match, but there are also powerful interests surrounding the relationship that they are faking it, at least until after the elections. So, which one is it? Now, before we move into the conclusion, I want to point out an unexpected silver lining of this relationship. And this great perk is regardless you think if the relationship is real or fake. And it has to do with the signals that we spotted on Kelce going out with Swift. That he is protective, that he is chivalrous, that he is a gentleman when he's with her in public. And she has stated that herself. And considering the hundreds of millions of Taylor Swift fans or Swifties around the world, and how many of them are girls and young women, I think this is the best time to spread the message as to how a man should behave with his woman. That it's the right thing to be protective, that it's the right thing to be chivalrous, that it's the right thing to be a gentleman. Again, this is regardless of what you think about their relationship. I know that this kind of gestures, especially in celebrities with such a massive outrage, help a lot. Because yes, this is how a man should behave with his woman. And extra points to Kelce for having such well-groomed hands. So, my verdict. Many of you already know that I love conspiracy theories, and I have dedicated many videos in this channel to confirm ones and debunk others. But my job, first and foremost, is as a body language analyst, and if we take a hard look at the body language signals, then we could affirm that their relationship is legit, in the sense that they do like each other and like to be with each other. Affirming the contrary would be delusional, would be denying what your own eyes are seeing. Having said that, I would never ever believe that Hollywood, the sports or music industry, and also politicians, of course, could ever fail to seize this opportunity. This relationship is a perfect storm of attention that comes at the best possible time, and rest assured, it will be weaponized, milked, and squeezed for every single drop of clout that they can get from it. So all bets are off to see what happens from this moment until the day after the 2024 US presidential elections. As for Taylor Swift music being a psyop, well, that's a topic for yet another video. Meanwhile, here's a tweet by Robert Sterling. Taylor Swift went from dating low-T musicians with commitment issues to getting courted by a 6'5" football Chad who could deadlift her tour bus. I don't care who she votes for in 2024, this is a massive win for American masculinity. My body language buddies, I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. Remember to download my 100 body language tips right in the description of this video if you want to read people like a book. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy. Much love and bliss.